Did my son leave already? He's on his way, right? If he leaves tomorrow, the roads and highways are going to be so packed, I just know it. I already told him over and over again to start driving this evening. He already left, right?
Yes, Linda, we have already started driving right now, so don't worry about us getting stuck in traffic.
My grandbabies are with you guys too, right?
Yep, all 4 of us are here in the car heading to your house.
Wait, what do you mean all 4? You are also coming?
Yes? Did you expect me not to go with them?
You're not even my family. Why are you joining them and coming to my house? I don't get it. I just don't know how you don't get it. This holiday is a day for family to spend time together. It will just get really awkward if someone like you, who is not part of the family, will be there. Why would you come to this holiday when you aren't even related to us by blood? You know, you're basically a stranger.
Linda, I have been married to your son for 5 years now. How dare you say that I am still a stranger? Seriously, when will you accept that me and my children are part of your family now?
Psh, you better watch your mouth. The only person here who I cannot accept as my family is you. My grandchildren have my blood, so of course they're family. It's just you. How can you not understand the logic behind that? Are you really that stupid?
Let's see here then. If I follow that logic of yours, then that means your husband is not your family then, right? I mean, he is not related to you by blood, nor are you related to him by blood.
You better shut your mouth. Do you really think that's the same thing as my relationship with you? Ugh, you are seriously so frustrating to talk to. Anyway, I do not want to see your face during the holidays. I only care to see my son and my babies. I honestly could care less about you. Since you guys are still not too close from my house, you better find a way to go somewhere else and just have my son and grandkids come over. I don't want you here.
So, what you're telling me is you want me to leave my 4-year-old and 2-year-old kids just on their own with their dad, without me, their own mother? Linda, do you hear yourself? Do you really think what you're saying makes sense?
Why does it not make any sense? What's wrong with them coming here with just their dad? I mean, all they have to do is sit in their car seats?
I really don't understand why you're being so extra when you yourself know how hard it is to watch kids. You are a mother yourself, for goodness sake. The parent has to feed their kids, wash them, make sure they're clean, keep them safe. All of these are so hard to do for just one person. You yourself know this very well. Why are you being like this?
Whatever, Rose, you're just using my son and my grandkids as an excuse to come over to my house. You think I didn't know that?
Why would I want to come to your house?
Every time you come over to my house, you stuff your face with all the delicious stuff in my fridge and pantry. My organic bagels and the homemade cream cheese, the wine I bought in Italy and Spain, and all the other desserts I have at home. Do you really think I didn't notice you eating all those? You always ate those as if it is your first time ever tasting something that good. I'm guessing you've never ate those kinds of foods growing up, huh? You've never even been near anything as luxurious as those foods that I have in my house. I mean, I don't really blame you. If your family just couldn't give those to you, then it's really not your fault. You can only dream so much. But even if you were able to afford those organic and top ingredients, you have to be as talented as I am to make those food and desserts at home. So I totally get why you would always be excited to come to my house and just eat to your heart's content. I get it, Rose. I get it. But still, when all my relatives are at my house and I see you eat like that, you just look so pathetic. I can't help but feel a little disgust towards you.
To tell you the truth, Linda, I only ever ate the food and desserts you made because it was something you worked hard making. I thought if I showed enthusiasm in eating your handmade food, that I would also be showing respect towards you.
So you were still forcing yourself to eat the food you didn't like just so you could show respect to me? Isn't that a bit hypocritical toward me, saying that you were just forcing yourself to eat it even if it didn't taste good? Oh, I always knew you were so fake since the beginning. Girls like you who have 2 faces never get far in life. You're so sly and good at deceiving others. It's just so ugly to see that.
You know what, Linda? I will just take that as a compliment.
You are really just so good at talking back to me. You know, I am your mother-in-law, right? You always try to pretend that we are close. It's so annoying. Like you trying to push the grocery cart for me when we're grocery shopping, acting like you're my daughter. Or when we go to the nail salon together, you're always trying to make it seem like we're best friends when we are not. I just really don't understand why you're trying so hard to have this mother-daughter thing going with me when I don't even like you. It literally disgusts me that people might think you are my daughter.
Well, you don't have any daughters, so I thought you might feel lonesome to not have another woman who can hang out with. Why would that even disgust you? You are being too much. On top of that, your only grandkids are my children, and you barely get to see them that much, so I always try to bring them over to your house, especially on holidays, so they get to see their grandma too. But I did not know that you looked at my efforts to connect with you in a negative way. That's disappointing, Linda.
Oh, wow. Aren't you an angel? Maybe I should give you an award as the best daughter-in-law in the world.
Actually, if you do that, I will gladly accept it.
Huh? Do you not have an ounce of self-pride at all? If I were you, and someone said that to me, I would throw a fit and be enraged.
To tell you the truth, when my husband goes to your house on his own and I see him just look exhausted, and whenever I see my father-in-law stand and wait for his grandkids, I only ever go to your house so I don't disappoint both of them. I want my husband to relax and my father-in-law to spend time with his grandkids, even if you don't like me.
Oh, whatever, Rose. I suggest you put your phone away now and drive instead of having my son drive all the way here. Do you not feel bad for him? He worked all day today and now he has to drive 5 hours during the night, and here you are just fiddling with your phone. The one who should be driving here is you, since all you do is just stay at home and lay around. You need to let my son get some rest.
Excuse me? I am definitely not just laying around and doing nothing at home, Linda. Every day I have to get my oldest ready for daycare and make sure I am home at 2 p.m. to pick her up, while I have to keep an eye on my other daughter all day, 24/7. I can barely differentiate the times and days anymore because of how busy I get trying to watch and raise 2 kids all by myself.
Well, you chose to have kids, and you chose to have 2, so that's just the bare minimum you have to deal with. If watching and taking care of kids is that hard for you, you shouldn't have had kids. Why did you decide to give birth then? Seriously, it is only humans who complain about how hard it is to feed and take care of their babies. Other animals just do their job as the parents of their offspring. Gosh, I am just so ashamed of you for just staying at home, and now your husband, who worked all day, having to drive 5 hours with barely any rest.
Linda, I am a very ordinary married woman in my 30s, and I've been married to my husband for 5 years now. I remember when you first met me and you greeted me so kindly and you gave me your blessing to be your son's wife. But that kind lady is so different now. I still remember how differently you acted around me when we told you that we were having a daughter and another daughter when my youngest was born. You made it so obvious that you did not like my children because they were not boys like how you wanted. I mean, your attitude and behavior around us got even worse when my second child was still a girl. It got so bad and I couldn't believe you were acting that way. But still, you did not hate my daughters and you love and care for them as much as you can, which is quite ironic because I am a girl, yet you just dislike me so much. Basically, I am the black sheep in this family, and you're only acting like this towards me. Also, Linda, I am just a normal human being. I have feelings, and I have thought about just taking my kids away and living far from you because why would I want to keep getting hated by you? But I decided not to take my kids' happiness away, and I want them to have a good relationship with their grandparents. Plus, their grandpa is such an amazing grandpa to them that I thought of just trying to endure the hate I get from you for no reason. All I can do is be thankful that he is such a great grandpa to my kids. But this time, I just feel like I have been bullied by you the entire time, and I was thinking of how I can fix it with you. I even talked about it with my husband, and I trust his decisions, so that is why I am here with him and our children on our way to your house. Hey, Linda, I'm back. Why is the door locked? I texted you earlier that I was only 3 minutes away. I think you accidentally left it locked from the inside. I'm really sorry that you have to get up and unlock it, but could you please let me in? I'm in front of your house now.
Oh, you already got back from the store to get the flour? I told you to take your time because I didn't mind if you came back late, but you got the stuff really quickly, huh? Oh, and by the way, I did not accidentally lock the door from the inside. It's just that it's already so late at night that I made sure to lock it.
Huh? Really? But you knew I was out and was going to come back in like 30 minutes. How am I supposed to go inside then?
Well, Rose, there's no need for you to come back inside. Just leave the flour by my front door and go to the shed in the backyard. You can stay the night over there and just take a ride with my son when you guys go back to your house.
Are you being serious right now, Linda? You're telling me to sleep in the shed? It's the middle of winter.
Yes, Rose. It's because, I just don't have any extra blankets for you. I can't just let you sleep with no blanket, right? The old blankets that I had, I threw them all out. I only have enough for my son and grandbabies. None for you. So, what else can I do? Plus, my house is not carpeted and the wood floors keep the room cold. You can't just sleep here with no blanket. You will literally freeze. So, like my suggestion, go to the shed. At least the shed is full of stuff, so it keeps the inside warm. It won't be as cold, and it'll just be tonight. You guys are heading back home tomorrow, so it's not too bad for you.
What kind of person tells their daughter-in-law to sleep in some shed? Just because they don't have an extra blanket? You have to be joking. You can't be serious about this, Linda. Why in the world should I sleep where cows sleep and poop? Have you lost your mind? Linda, are you already experiencing symptoms of dementia at your age? Goodness!
This is my punishment for you, for ignoring my words and never respecting what I tell you. I told you to drive instead of having my tired son stay on the wheel for 5 hours, but you did not budge. Not only did you not care about your husband, you did not care about my words. Do you think you can just ignore what I ask you to do?
I did ask him to switch with me, and I forced him to, but he was hesitant in letting me drive, so I just gave in and let him. Also, why does it matter to you so much whether I am driving or if he is? If you really felt bad about your son driving 5 hours each time we have to visit you, you should just not have us come over to your house. Be like other in-laws that invite us for a trip abroad instead. You are making this extra difficult on me. But I bet you also don't want to do that because you want to force your kids to come to your house all the way here, whether they're tired or busy. You just want them to listen to everything you say. If you really want us to come over to your house, you should welcome us with warmth every time, especially since we traveled 5 hours. But instead, you make your daughter-in-law buy some flour just to kick her out of the house, and then you tell her to just sleep in the shed with nothing, even though it's winter? Are you in your right mind?
You do know that people sleep in sheds, right? Especially people who live in the countryside. It is such a common thing, but you're being dramatic. And also, it's just common here to make the daughter-in-law sleep in the shed if they go against their mother-in-law. You didn't know that? Goodness, you really can't complain about every little thing, huh?
Linda, people who grew up and lived in the countryside all their life would stone you if they heard what you said. What kind of mother-in-law even makes her daughter-in-law sleep in the shed? Do you really think I will sleep in some shed just because you told me to? You are crazy if you believe that. I am going to my parents' house right now.
There you go. You should have just done that earlier. And I was right about you this whole time. You're one stubborn girl who will keep on insisting unless I go hard on you. You really should have just gone straight to your parents' house instead of having this conversation with me. You could have made this easier for both of us. But be a sweetheart and don't go around spreading bad words about me saying that I made you sleep in a shed.
Why would I do that? Why should I lie when I can just tell the truth? Also, just know that I am never stepping foot in your house ever again. Just know that. Thank you for all your effort in mistreating and hating me this whole time.
My son and your kids are with you right now, aren't they? You guys come over to my house now! Right now! Tell my son that we were just joking around and that it was merely just a misunderstanding. Hurry up and bring them back to my house now.
Huh? Joking around? And what misunderstanding? I misunderstood you for telling me to befriend a cow while I sleep in the shed? What kind of joke is that? That is such a lame joke. Because I did not find that funny at all. Not one bit. Linda, you knew what you were doing, and I am just done with everything you throw at me. I don't even want to see your face ever again. If there's something you want to say, call or text your son.
I was trying to do that, but he won't take my calls, nor reply to my messages. I was just trying to make sure you had a place to sleep, and now you're saying that you don't ever want to see my face again? My husband heard about that, and he is not just disappointed, but he is also really mad. You guys need to come back now so he calms down, because he's at his wit's end. I know you guys haven't drove off too far, so you better turn around and come back to our house.
We already checked in at a 5-star hotel and we're relaxing. No need for us to go back there now. And my husband apologized to me for not doing much while I was suffering from how you mistreated me. He said he's sorry that he was unable to be on my side that whole time, and he's being sincerely apologizing for that. He said that he never wants me to feel mistreated by you ever again, and that he will do what it takes to make me feel safe. We will be spending 3 days and 2 nights here. We're going to enjoy our time together, and I will try to wash away the frustration of having to deal with you this whole time. From now on, we will be living a happy life as a happy and real family, with just us and our love for each other.
With just you guys? As a real family?
Yes, exactly. You heard it right. The only people that is family to me are my husband and my 2 beautiful daughters. Why should I consider you my family when we do not share one bit of blood at all? Oh, weren't you the one that said that? That's because we're not related by blood. We're just, by default, just strangers. There is no need for me to go to your house during the holidays if I'm just a stranger. Now I won't have to drive all the way there and just stay in the kitchen to cook for everyone. I bet you feel so relieved that you will never see me again. I mean, you never like me anyway, so I'm kind of doing you a favor by never seeing you again. I hope this is the last conversation we will ever have. Have a nice life, Linda. After that incident, I never went to see my mother-in-law ever again. I feel so bad for my father-in-law because he was really great and kind to my daughters, but I never ever want to be near a person who made me stay in some shed when it's freezing out. I just truly never wanted to have anything to do with a person like that. And my husband felt so ashamed for his mother for doing that to me. He said that I am his priority, and if it means never seeing his mom again, then so be it. He has been taking good care of me since. Linda never saw me as a life partner for her son. She saw me as some evil person who took her son away from her, and that I was so worthless because I couldn't bear a son. She just kept making excuses to make me into this evil and useless person that I was not. And I just do not see any worth in keeping a relationship with someone like that. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more fun videos.
Bristol, what the hell do you think you're doing? You didn't make me a single thing for dinner tonight. Are you mentally disabled or something? Karen, you should know that right now I'm at work still and haven't been home all day. In other words, I haven't had any time to make you dinner tonight. I'm sure you can make something yourself with what we have in the fridge. Always making up such excuses, aren't we? And I know that no matter what you do, you are always going to force Theo to love you. Please don't say things like that about us. Are you going to try and starve me today? You get your butt back here right now and start making me my dinner. Karen, how about you pick yourself out a pot or pan and make yourself something to eat? We have all sorts of food in the fridge you can make up, so get to it, please. Because if you're going to take the time to complain to me, then that means you have the time to cook. Then you won't have to starve yourself like that. I cannot believe this. Complaining about what I'm doing to me like that. I'm not complaining about anything right now. I'm just giving you some ideas of what you could be doing with your time instead of complaining to me. I have work to tend to still here at my office, and actually, shouldn't Theo be home with you right now? If you're upset about not having any food ready for you right now, then how about you get your own son to do it? What are you going on about? Did you just tell me to make my son cook? Huh? Stop speaking like you're actually dumb or something. In what world are you living in where you think you can tell your own husband to cook? Come home right now and actually do your job as his wife. I'm afraid that in this day and age, it's pretty normal for husbands to cook as well. And I'm not asking him to make me my food right now, am I? You keep complaining about how I haven't made anything up for you. So I'm suggesting that if you don't want to starve right now, then you either cook something yourself or get your son to do it. I have no idea what you keep going on about right now. Well, this conversation is going to end pretty soon anyway. What do you mean by that? It's going to end pretty soon now? I'm talking about what I'm going to do. So far, it seems to me that you haven't realized just how important it is that you take good care of my son and I. It's no longer any use for you to keep trying to avoid caring for us. Caring for the both of you? Since when was I supposed to be caring for the both of you any more than I already am? I understand that you're currently living with my husband and I right now, but the only reason for that is because you forced your way into the place. I think you should start appreciating what I've already been doing a little bit more instead of complaining, considering it's me paying all the bills. I'm going to make sure that you pay for talking to me like that. You're going to regret ever turning your back on your family. Wait, what? Turning my back on you guys? Right now, your mom is asking me to make dinner for her even though I'm at my office and can't come home just yet. I asked her to make something up herself, but she keeps complaining and saying I have to. Could you please make something for her so that she doesn't starve?
What the heck, Bristol? Are you trying to make a fool out of my mom now? Also, I'm not going to be able to make anything for her right now because I'm out of the house.
What? Why are you not at home right now? It's not like you have to work or anything today, right?
Why does it matter where I head out to? I'm not some child, so you don't need to be asking me that.
But are you okay, money-wise?
Ah, that's right. This month is looking pretty slim for me again, so could you spare me a bit more? It's not like you're using anything you make, right?
Excuse me? I know that you're going to tell me you need the money for things like food and such again, but I'm not so sure that you really are putting any of that money into food. Can you tell me why this month you're not going to have enough money?
This time, can you make it $10,000? That money is going towards something pretty important this time.
And can you tell me what it is that's so important to you that you need $10,000?
It's for the house, alright? You know better than I do that the house isn't the most accessible for the elderly, right? It's because of my mom that we're able to live in this house, so don't even say a word about it and give me that money.
I'm sorry, but I can't just hand you $10,000 that easily.
You sure as hell can. I know for a fact that you have that money on you and could send it right into my bank account right now.
And once I've handed you that money, you're just going to use it on whatever you please?
On whatever I please.
I'm really tired of this crap, so could you please stop playing games with me?
Well, I'm sure I will be using it on whatever I please. And then I'll be free to do anything I want with my mom. After all, once a little more time has gone by, my mom and I will no longer need you anymore.
Oh, I see. Sounds good, Theo. I'll get that money ready for you then. But this time, I'll be creating a contract regarding this transaction, and you must sign it in order to get my money.
Making up a contract when I'm your family. How greedy. That's why you're aging so much.
Say whatever you'd like about me, Theo. Just know that with each word you say about me, the less likely it is that I let you borrow any money. Theo, how are the talks with your wife going? Things should be coming to a close very soon here, right? You know better than anyone else that I've had enough of that woman. Even today, she didn't come home to make me anything for dinner. Don't you see that she's a bully and needs to be punished?
I know about it, Mom, and I'm done being her husband as well. But if you would just give me a bit more time, our plans will all come to fruition. Then both you and I can finally be free from Bristol forever.
Are you sure? Will we finally be able to move away from her?
Yeah. Everything is going our way with her right now. The house is all old and run down anyway, so we'll leave her with it. And then you and I can find a really nice place and move into there.
Theo, you have always been such a clever little man. That's just like the son I've raised you to be. I'm so happy I gave birth to a son as smart as you. Yet with that woman you married, she has no idea what she's gotten herself into, has she?
Pretty easy to see that, Mom. And that's why it was so easy for us to use her up and get ready to throw her away. Thank God I got married to such a rich woman, right?
That's absolutely right. Because of my bright little man, I'm going to be the happiest mother on the planet. Well, I hope that our dreams come true for us sooner rather than later, Theo.
Now I have something I need to ask you really quickly.
What do you need from me? Ask whatever you'd like, and I'll do whatever I can for you. Karen, I should be making it home earlier than normal today. Were you able to already get something to eat for dinner? We are giving you that house, Bristol. What was that? Oh, I completely forgot to tell you about this, but I will no longer be needing that house now. We're not even there as we speak. Both Theo and I have moved out of there. What are you talking about, Karen? That house is far too useless to me now that I'm old myself and don't have my husband around anymore. Honestly, it's complete garbage to me, so I thought I'd let you have it now. Would you please thank me now for not kicking you out of there and having it destroyed? And don't even try to come with Theo and I, because we are long gone now. So you've really moved out? Both you and my husband are no longer living in the house? That's right! You knew that this whole time I was the one paying all the bills at home because I'm running my own company and can afford it, right? I hope you didn't just move out of the house not knowing any of that. Give it up with your delusions about being the one who pays for all the bills. I've heard this and that about how you have your own company you run, but I doubt that company makes you nearly enough money to even be considered middle class. So stop acting like you're so amazing, would you please? I've moved out of there with my cute little genius son, and we're now living in a penthouse. What? A penthouse? So what I'm getting from this is that the $10,000 I lent him a bit back was used on that penthouse? $10,000? What are you talking about? So you have no idea what's going on, Karen. Does this mean that it was Theo's plan to move out of the house and drag you along with him? Well, the both of us wanted to move out of the house as soon as possible, because you are a total nagging bitch. Also, it seems that Theo was really excited about living with his girlfriend. I told him that I'd take care of both him and his girlfriend as long as he moved us into a really nice home. And he did just that for me and put all three of us into this massive and modern penthouse. I'm going to make sure to never tell you where the address is either. I see. Understood. I don't really care to know anything about the penthouse you all have moved into or where it is. But if you're telling me that this house is mine now and that Theo and I will be getting a divorce, then I'll make sure to take action very thoroughly. Could you please come back to the house for a little bit tomorrow? What the hell? Oh, now you're just sounding plain stupid. Also, to avoid things that might become a little bit vague in the future, let's make sure all of this is backed by legal documentation. How does that sound? Well, that's a good point. It'll be a pain in the butt to have to do all that paperwork with you, but it'll help us in the long run. I guess I have no choice now but to go back there. I'm sure you'd love to know about where we're living now too, right? No, not at all, actually. If you get on your hands and knees and beg for the address when I go back, I might tell you. Are you even listening to what I'm saying, Karen? Well, perhaps I just really want to see you on the ground in front of me begging to have us back. After all, my son and I have moved out of there because you're so annoying, but pretty fun to watch when you realize you're screwed. If you get on your hands and knees and then cry and beg for me to tell you, I'll give you the address. Ugh. Enjoy that penthouse with your son, who's only bringing in $200 a month, at most. What? What the hell do you mean, $200 a month? Ugh. All I meant by that was to tell you a fact about your son. I know you really hate being cast out by Theo like this, but stop being a sore loser and making up lies about him. If you really don't want there to be a divorce, then you're going to have to try a bit harder than that, all right? I ask that you first start by begging and crying for forgiveness from us. No thanks. I want this divorce more than anyone, actually. You do? Well, that was quicker than I imagined. I already told you why I don't want him anymore. He's only making $200 a month at most. So you can take him and be happy now. I'm not really sure how he was able to get a penthouse like that in the first place, but I can tell you right now he did not buy it. So good luck with rent next month, and know that I want nothing to do with it. Sorry to say, Karen, but your son played you really good this time. You had to give him a little bit of your money as well, right? Huh? Are you trying to make some kind of convoluted joke now? My son would never ever try to fool his own mother. I'm asking about that money right now. Did you hand him any? Of course I gave him just a little bit when he asked for it. He told me it was for this penthouse, so of course I was going to let him have a bit of my money. Wow. Well, if you're totally fine with giving him your money for no good reason, then I'm not going to say anything about it. After all, I don't really care what happens between you both. Anyway, make sure you come back over here tomorrow to fill out some paperwork with me. I'll be waiting patiently for you. And once everything is finished up and signed, you and your son will have nothing to do with me ever again. This is what you've both been wanting, right? Hey, Bristol, something doesn't feel very right over here. And for some reason I haven't been able to find Theo anywhere. Have you heard anything from him at all? What are you talking about, Karen? I haven't heard anything from him. I see. Oh, then he has to be with that woman. I'm sorry for not knowing anything about this, but you all have nothing to do with me, right? So could you please leave me be now? But without him around, I'll be in huge trouble. I've already gotten one notice saying that I'll be kicked out of this penthouse. Well, that's kind of what happens when you get a place like that on Theo's monthly salary. I'm sure it's no lie that he took the $10,000 that I lent him along with whatever money you gave him and used it all to force his way into that penthouse and now has nothing left to pay with, right? What are you talking about? No matter how you try thinking about your situation, it's all kinds of strange. Theo only works part-time and is only making around $200 a month at that. He's also been borrowing money from all sorts of really strange places, which does not help him one bit. I'm wondering if it was one of those people he borrowed from that he also got the penthouse from. I knew already just by the facts at hand that you guys wouldn't be able to stay there very long. But they are going to start asking you for your money since you still have some left. What? Oh, you have to be lying about that, right? So, you're really telling me that it's true? Theo played me good? I'm not sure about everything. I'm sure even Theo didn't know about everything while he was asking for your money. He was probably going to use all your money to help him pay off all his debts while you both started living there. And I'm sure that it's going to be pretty much impossible for him to pay for that penthouse alone, considering he doesn't make nearly enough money to afford the rent. Hey, Bristol, we got a letter in the mail asking for a very large amount of money. And the day after that is when Theo stopped coming back here. What am I going to do about all of this? Why are you asking me that like you want an answer? Who the hell else am I supposed to ask right now? Anyone besides the woman you constantly picked on and then bragged to when moving out of your old house. Honestly, I think you are very mistaken right now about me. What? I am nothing to you now, and I never want to have any part in your life again. I'm not family to you, not even a friend to you, and not even a kind stranger. You really think that after all you said to me, you'd be able to get help from me now? I don't even know how to help you because that money issue you have is the least of your problems. Well, how about you let me move back into that house with you? I have no idea how things ended up this way, and I'm not sure how to get out of it. I believed everything Theo was telling me before, but now I'm starting to really think he's in all sorts of trouble now. Well, thank goodness I still have that house that my husband bought for us long ago. So that means I'll be coming back to live there now, all right? If you're going to still be paying all the bills and everything, then I guess I'll let you keep living with me there. Are you all right, Karen? Because what you just said was all a load of BS. That house is gone now. I sold it. What? You sold it? But what's really strange is how you started acting like you could just move back into the house after giving it to me. I would have never let you back in. But luckily the house is sold now anyway, so we don't have to go through all that nonsense. I've moved into my own apartment now. I know that you're about to be kicked out of that penthouse and all, but I have to say, moving into a high-rise apartment like this is truly amazing. What are you talking about? You actually sold that house? That house was my frickin' house! How could you do something like that without asking me first? Are you the mentally disabled one here? You gave me that house when you and Theo moved out, right? What? I did? You and I both went and sat down to fill all of that paperwork out a little while back, right? When you were truly out of the house, you said it was mine and gave it to me legally. Did you already forget about all of that? Perhaps your early signs of dementia are starting to appear. Now that you mention it, I think something like that did happen. But even if that happened, you sold the house without my permission? Oh, come on now, you old fart. It's not that hard to understand, right? You gave me the house, literally changing the name on it to mine. That means I can do whatever I want with the place. I wasn't doing anything without your permission because it was my house and only mine. That's why I sold it for some easy cash. Also, back when your husband bought the house, the place wasn't that expensive, and neither was the land even. What are you talking about? Over time, that land grew in value. Not the house, but the land itself. And because of that, I was actually able to get more than your husband had paid for it. So I'll be kind and consider the money I got for the house as my settlement from Theo. Wait, oh, you're joking, right? You were able to make that much money off the place? Oh, that was the house I had so many memories inside with my husband and family. Then why were you pushing the house off onto me, calling it all old and run down before? Also, like I was saying, the house was not all that much, so I had it torn down before selling the land and materials. You had that house destroyed? All of our memories? All of your memories? Next time you want to treasure your memories, don't give them to a stranger calling them old and run down. The place is gone and sold off. I was never going to keep a place that big, so I think I made the right decision here. I cannot believe this. The fact that you took things this far, that was our house. Then you shouldn't have let go of it. You were the one that made the final choice and even signed all the documents legally saying that it was to become mine. Sorry that you regret it, but you can't complain about those choices you made to me. Listen, Bristol, I'm sure you still want my son back, right? Oh, brother. Where are we going with this conversation now? You shouldn't be picking on me if you still have feelings for him, all right? I'll let you have him back, Bristol. But that means you have to do something to get us our house back. You could even let us have that apartment of yours now for him. Theo wants me to do something to help the situation. Then perhaps you need to do something to help him. Because I'm not going to bother with either of you. So, no thank you, Karen. I don't even think there is a single bit of love and care left in me for the little brat. So there. You're lying, right? You don't have to play this off strong anymore. The guy barely worked a job and was loaded with debt while going out to cheat on me with his girlfriend. He has an old whining mother attached to him and wasn't even able to afford a house for the both of you. You really think I want a parasite like that back in my life? All I felt by being married to him was stress, and it's finally gone now. Old whining mother? Are you calling me that? Who else does he have as a mother? You're a total bitch. Also, ever since the divorce, I have been feeling a lot more sexy. Even some of the men in my company are saying so. What? You are? I'm only in my 30s, after all, and the owner of a company. So far, I've been having a lot of fun with myself, now that I'm single again. Honestly, with how amazing a woman I am, you should be thankful I ever gave your son such a chance at being my husband. Well, I'm sure you'll never thank me, but anywho, you're asking the wrong person for help right now. Both you and your crappy son go find someone else to bother with your problems. Well, I guess I mean just you, since your son has gone and run away from you or something. Bristol, wait. If you leave me like this, I'm really going to be screwed. If you don't help me, I'll be screwed. If anything, all of this was your doing in the first place. Oh, shut the hell up, you annoying old hag. Not my fault that whole plan you and your sly son got into didn't go as planned. The fact that you're trying to blame me for it all now just goes to show how you're better off rotting in hell than being helped. Let's hope that your son comes back one day to get you. I'm not helping you any, so please enjoy whatever days you have remaining in that penthouse of yours. Goodbye forever, you annoying old hag of a failure. Once all of that talk was finished, I went and completely ignored anything else that Karen had to say to me. And in the end, after about a week of not looking at anything she sent me, I just went and blocked her number. She then turned to calling her son over and over again, but she was still getting no answers from him until one day, when she called him, there was no voicemail or anything to his number anymore. The only thing anyone I know really heard about him after he ran off is that he was seen climbing into the back of a freight train and was going to hitch that ride all the way to California. There was also this story on the news about how a group of thugs had found a man who looked similar to Theo, but was bald and didn't share the same last name. He was beaten to a pulp over not having the money they had been asking for, and this did all happen down in California, so I like to think that's where he met the end of his story. Within the following week, Karen was then kicked out of the penthouse and had to move to the coast, where she's now working on a fishing boat. She's too old to be of any use out on the deck, but the crew's made good use of her as their cook, where on some of the more treacherous days she's thrown back and forth in the kitchen due to the waves. I'm sure that's not the best life for a woman her age, but I think it's perfect for a woman her age who is a complete dick, and I hope she regrets everything she's done. As for myself, those past couple of weeks after I had finally blocked Karen were so much fun for me. I was able to have some time to myself more, and that allowed me to take time to travel a little bit and meet new people. And at one point during my time out, I ran into this really nice man at a bar I was at, and after talking for a little bit, we both learned that we're in the same kind of business together. When I told him that I'm a company owner and was recently single, I think that really got him going, and due to that, I'll now be going on a trip with him to Shanghai in a few weeks for both business and pleasure.
Listen, you have to be aware of the fact that we both hate you, right? Because we've been making it very hard on you forever now with how much we ignore and use you. Either you still haven't noticed or you must be very mentally strong then, huh? Being able to last this long with us living in the same house, tormenting you all the time. Have you not noticed that the both of us have been using you this whole time and will not stop until you drop dead?
You say that the both of you have hated me. Yet I feel that our son can't be blamed for that hate, right? He's just been following in your footsteps this whole time since you've been hating me for a very long time now. You're the one that started everything, and that's why I've been having to put up with so much for the past 18 years. I don't understand, though, why you're only starting to ask me about it now. What do you plan to achieve with this?
Hey, do you really believe something like that? The inside of your head is just filled with flowers like I'd always assumed. I didn't think you'd lost your sanity as much as you have.
My head is filled with flowers? I have been very much aware of everything for a long time now and have put a lot of thought into the both of you. That's why I've been wanting to talk to you about some of it for a while now. But anytime I'd ask to have a chat about how you guys treat me, both of you would ignore me. Actually, you'd both ignore me all the time, no matter what it was I said. Yet when it came to things like me not cooking something well enough, you'd explode. Things have really been hell for me here.
Of course things have been. We're the ones allowing you to live with us here after all. And when it comes to your job as my wife, as his mother, you have to be perfect or else. Or else we will seriously begin to rethink your worth in this family. Although with how much you've aged, both mentally and physically, you're really just getting in the way now, you old hag.
You never told me things like that in the past. Why have you started to call me an old hag now? Is this the reason why our son hasn't grown out of his rebellious phase at all yet?
Are you really saying something like that to me now? The guy has already graduated from college and is working now. Do you realize that him still being in a rebellious phase at his age makes no sense at all? He's past being in that phase a long time ago, woman.
I know that, Connor. That's why I find it very strange that he's still acting like a child. Sure, it's not rare for sons to not want to listen to everything their mom has to say to them, but he's never really been the one to get upset with me when I don't cook something perfectly for him. And instead of getting out of the house to cause trouble, he's been staying home to play video games while I did the chores. He's always been a really good kid, just with a bit of a childish side to him caused by someone else.
You only think of him that way so you don't get harmed mentally. But haven't you heard some of the things he's been saying to you along with me? You really have been such an eyesore to us, working like a slave that has never had a clue.
Calling me an eyesore and a slave now? I know, I've been used and abused as your wife for many years now. But has that been the way you've always looked at me?
I knew you never had a clue about anything. I always thought you were pretty dull and all, but but I never thought that you were so dull that you would make it this far without ever realizing that you've been getting used like a slave.
I just assumed that as long as I did my job correctly and continued to, there would never be any serious problems between us. I felt that by not fighting back against you, things would remain calm.
Yeah, you would do a lot of the chores without any flaws and would never accept any money from me, working part-time to make your own, but you never saw yourself as our slave before? And that doesn't even include the fact that you were also being made to give up some of your money to us!
Well, I guess you were forcing me to have to give up some of that money to the both of you. But I just assumed that I should since I was your wife, and that all the money we earned was meant for the whole family to use.
Wow, I really did a good job choosing you to become my slave then. And maybe being a slave to us was what you were really meant to do, right? That's your duty in this household.
I don't think...
But that life you've had as our hated slave is well over with now. Get to work unpacking all your things, please.
What? What did you just say? What did you mean by saying that to me? Hey, Connor! What is this all about, Connor? All of these suitcases in the trash bin outside. These are all... they're filled with all my things.
Oh, so you finally come around to finding all of that. I hope you had a good day at work today. Did you really think you could come back home to this house today, though? Well, that's not the case for you anymore now. Think of that as us saying that you are no longer a part of this household anymore. And as for that divorce paperwork I had you fill out and sign, I went and handed it into the courthouse today. That marks the end of my relationship to you now, which means that you and I are no longer married.
So this all really is my stuff in here? That old-fashioned mirror that I got from my grandmother long ago is also smashed to pieces. You threw that in here knowing very well it would break my heart seeing it broken, right?
Well, of course I knew it would break your heart. Until now, you had done a really good job working as my slave. I still can't believe you made it a whole 18 years living with the both of us while being hated. But I've put an end to the pathetic life of a man and his son having to live in a house where an ugly old hag was living with them every day. I had enough of you always standing around acting like you were a part of us, so I made sure to toss everything of yours. Get the hell out of town now.
All right, I'm leaving then.
I want you gone by the end of today.
Seriously, I never thought that you'd be so ruthless that you'd take things this far with me, though. This really is the end of you and I.
I've been making that pretty obvious this whole time, right? All you are is an old hag that has done nothing but work your butt off in our house while only barely being able to make enough money for yourself. I'm not sure how you'll be able to survive out there on your own, though. But you have nothing to do with me now, so I could care less if you ended up dropping dead tomorrow. Our son was also able to find himself a proper job today. That means that his and my life are now completely in the clear from here on out. We have zero use for you now.
I see. So that's why you kept me around, you guys, until today? Just needed to use me until you could be totally sure that he found a good job and wouldn't need my money anymore.
That's absolutely right. But now you and us will be nothing but strangers to one another. I don't want you to ever come around either one of us again after today. You're losing both your family and your house now, so I'm sure you'll go rot under some bridge now in despair. But since we have nothing to do with you anymore, you can't come begging for our help.
Understood, Connor. I have no plans of ever coming back to beg for help from either one of you. Therefore, this is goodbye forever.
Hey! You have to know something about this, right? My whole entire house, it's been completely bulldozed over, and there's not a single piece of it left standing. I just got home from work and the whole place is just rubble.
Who is this?
This is not the time to be screwing around with me, you old hag. I'm your ex-husband, Connor, damn it! And right now my freaking house is gone. Did you use someone to get back at me for what happened yesterday, and that's why the house is no more? Or could I have missed something? I have no idea what's happened here or why it happened.
Aren't you and I supposed to be complete strangers to one another now? You seem to be in a lot of trouble now, and it's gotten you all wound up, To the point that you had to start texting a complete stranger about everything because you had no idea what you were doing with your hands. Compared to what you said to me yesterday, what you're doing today is the complete opposite, no?
This is not the time for you to be so carefree. My whole freaking house just got demolished before I got home. This has to be your fault, right?
Blaming me already? Even though you know nothing at all, it seems? How rude. Well, what's happened there was all a part of my plan indeed.
What? What do you mean by that?
You started to live in that house about 20 years ago, right? Which means that you've probably forgotten all about what happened back then that allowed you to live in such a place. That house belonged to me and was under my name the whole 20 years that you'd been living in it. And it was you that started to live in it without asking me for permission, yet I had no choice but to let you be. Do you not remember a single thing about what all went down back then, Connor?
Is that right? Well, even if that really was the case... Wait, so this was really your house?
Did you think that we had been renting that place the whole time? And had we, did you just think that I was the one paying all of the rent every month because you didn't have to?
Actually, I did kind of think you were paying the rent for it.
You really are the most pathetic man imaginable, Connor. But I always knew you were the worst man out there and that you just assumed the house was never mine.
What? Then does that mean you went and destroyed the house without telling me first?
I never had to tell you anything, did I? The house was my house, and that land is my land. And when it comes to my house and land, I had every right to do whatever I pleased with it, without needing to ask you for permission first. Of course, I was never going to just let you stay in my house after going and kicking me out of it without talking to me first. I originally was going to have that whole debate with you about how you needed to leave, but I assumed that would be too much trouble considering the pain in the butt you are. So the easier thing for me to do was to have it demolished by some bulldozers.
I'm not screwing around right now, woman. There's no way someone could just do that to a family's house and not feel any remorse. Have you gone completely mad now?
You think that it's me who's gone mad? I believe you meant to say that you've gone mad and needed someone to help wake you up from your wild hallucination. You were going around handing in our divorce papers without asking me about it and throwing all of my things into the trash without asking me. And way back in the day, you just came into my house and started living in it like you had the right to do so without my permission. All of that has been your wild hallucination, and you needed me to get you out of it. Did you think this all started because of me, Connor? Of course it didn't. It all started with you and that mad head you have on you.
I'm not playing around. What would have happened if my son and I were in the house still today when you had the bulldozers come? Would you just let the bulldozers go and run over a family in their home?
I knew that you guys weren't going to be home today, and that's why I went through with it. So stop your worrying. Already had the knowledge of where you'd both be covered before going ahead with my plans. I mean, I didn't want to murder 2 people in broad daylight today.
What do you mean by that?
I mean just what I said. I knew that you both would be going out with one other person today to that really fancy restaurant, and that's why I was able to make my move.
How did you know there were 3 of us today, though? Why do you, of all people, know about that?
You're asking me why? Because I made sure to have the investigation finished up a long time ago, Connor.
Investigation?
Last month you told me it would be best if I started to get all my things together, right? You also were trying very hard to rub it in my face that you not only hated me, but were using me as a slave and things like that. When that happened, I knew something more serious was going on behind the scenes with you. So I went and had a look at what it could be.
Excuse me? I want to know what you did, though, to find all of this out.
For the past 20 years, I've always been so busy taking care of things for you, your son, and myself. So busy, in fact, that I never had any time to think about you or notice what all was going on around me besides what I was forced to do. But when you brought those things up to me in such a way that was meant to drive a stake through my heart, I finally had my eyes opened. You were trying with all your might to get me to leave you so that you wouldn't have to struggle with me anymore. In other words, based off that motive you had, I knew there was another woman in your life.
Huh? Wait, I have no idea what you mean by that. What are you talking about?
Freaking out now and trying to hide the truth won't work. I told you that the whole investigation has been concluded on you, so it's not worth it. And today, you were a very busy man having to show our son to your girlfriend. That's why you got a reservation at that really fancy restaurant and had him and her meet there. Of course, you were also there to celebrate your divorce from me, right? Which is why the 3 of you had a blast there eating and talking about how horrible of a woman I'd been.
There's no way that's what happened. I would never.
I have all the evidence I need in both video and photo form. So I'm not kidding when I say it really is a huge waste of your time coming up with those lame excuses for why you were with her today. I even have audio evidence that I had recorded. You can't run from me now.
Why would you? Did you follow us out to that restaurant or something today?
Are you kidding me? I could never do something as shameful as that. I made sure to have a pro go out and do that for me and get all the evidence I would need in order to obtain victory later on. That's why I even have evidence of the plans you had with her to go out and stay at those hotels on dates with one another.
You hired someone to stalk us? When did you do that? Was it really because of all that useless crap I said to you before that made you realize?
Yes, that's what I was saying to you just a minute or 2 ago. And that is why I'll now be able to take out a large chunk of your money as a settlement. Make sure to have me my lovely present ready when this divorce goes through, all right?
A settlement? Wait a sec, I just lost my damn house today!
You mean you lost my house today, right? And so what that you did? To me, none of your problems that have started to form today have anything to do with my life. Also, it was you that said this first, right? You will both lose your family and your home and will have to go live under a bridge somewhere in despair. And then you followed that up by saying that you guys would both be complete strangers to me, so I couldn't come back begging for help, right? Right?
That was...
I'm going to say the same thing back to you now, after having said that with such confidence to me. You and I are both complete strangers to one another now, so don't come back to me begging for any help.
No way! Why did I have to run my mouth like that?
I really was busy with all sorts of things back when I was married to you. But don't think that meant I never noticed how you both treated me like a complete outcast there. Of course I knew. But no matter how often I tried talking with you both, you never gave me a chance to. I tried time and time again to ask why you would do that to me, but after so many attempts, I just gave up on it entirely. You both thought you had finally gotten to me and were able to use me to do all the chores and such without ever saying a word. But really, I started to focus on something else entirely that got me to the point I'm at now.
What the hell? You're making it sound like you became enlightened or something back then, and now you're rubbing that in my face, even though you had to work your ass off making money that would go to the two of us.
Yes, that's right. The start was especially hard for me. I had to work on getting back into the groove of working after having thrown my career away to have our son. And while also having to clean for you both, cook for you both, do all sorts of menial tasks for you both. But while I was going through all that pain and heartache, you were just sitting there not having to sacrifice anything because you knew you had me as your slave. I had to sacrifice a whole lot for our son and for the both of you afterwards. And as time went on, our son grew older and my workload increased even further. You'd spend more time out of the house drinking and playing around. Then whenever you'd come home, you'd roll your eyes at all the hard work I was doing while having our son join in with you as you talked crap about me.
That was all. You're a woman, so I had no other option. As a woman, you have to make your own money, and some of that has to go to us men.
We were both having to work jobs, yet most of my money would go to you guys while I would have to do every single chore in that house. Are you just saying that all happened because you're still living in the early 20th century mentally?
What did you say?
I never really had the time to spend talking with someone who wasn't worth talking to begin with, Connor. That's why I went and sent some bulldozers over to tear down my house filled with horrors. Had I actually tried to reason with you, I would have only been creating more stress for myself. And we would have never been able to come to any sort of an agreement, so... When you went and threw out all my things like that, you went and got on my last nerve. Right after you finished talking to me about that, I went and had the land sold and the house planned for demolishing.
You thought that having such pride in a plan like that was a good thing?
Well, it worked out for me in the end, right? Look at your reality now, Connor. You just lost the place you'd been living in and will now fall into a life of deep despair, right? But there's still a chance that won't happen, right? I mean, you still have your career, and you have a new family member now. I'm going to get that settlement from you, though, so you'll be losing a lot of your money that you've been saving up. But you'll still have your career, unlike me, and a family, unlike me. So you're doing just fine compared to where I'm at right now.
My girlfriend was really looking forward to coming and living in a massive house like this, yet you went and tore it all down without my permission.
And you think your sucky situation has anything to do with me right now? If you're so worried about what she's going to think when she finds out, then why not buy your own house for her to have? I don't even understand why you think I should be feeling bad for you, when you were the one that took everything away from me.
You're a bitch, Leah. Doing something so utterly selfish as this, you really are such an unnecessary old hag. From the bottom of my heart, I know I was right for divorcing you.
And I feel the exact same way, which is just wonderful for the both of us then, right? I'm so happy I got a divorce from such a selfish man like you. Now good luck with whatever you decide to do next. After what you've done for me, I am so grateful. Not only did you help me with things like having the land under my house sold, but you got a team together to come and tear down my house today for me. You had to go through a lot of trouble in order to do such a thing for me, which I'm sure was not easy for you to accept at all. Next time, I'll make sure to treat you to whatever you'd like as my way of saying thank you.
No. A lot of this was possible thanks to all the hard work you put in, Leah. Good work today. There was a lot that had to happen for this all to work out for you, which I'm sure put your mind through large amounts of stress. You've already paid us very kindly for the work, and all of that was just a part of my job, which I was so happy to do for you.
But the fact that you were willing to do so much for me in such little time requires my deepest appreciation. I also have to thank you for introducing me to some of your best friends that helped make this possible for me. I'll have to tell Andrew thanks as well for showing you to me in the first place.
That is very true. He was the one that helped start this whole entire plan of yours by introducing the both of us. And I never thought that you'd be able to work with us so easily and have the means of buying from us like that. Whichever way one thinks about all of this, I am very thankful to have worked with you.
And I'm very thankful to have worked with you as well, Cameron. Thank you so very much for showing me this lovely new home. This is just the kind of place I was hoping for, so thank you.
I just never thought that things would come this far with you, Leah. I'm sure that now, having finished all of the plans we'd made, your ex-husband is in great shock, being handed back all that trouble he'd been giving you in one day.
Well, I'm sure he's never going to recover from it. He should have just appreciated all that I had put up with while around him. Then none of this would have ever had to go his way.
You're 100% right about that. I can't believe he even treated someone like you in such a terrible way. I mean, I have never even seen a woman as cool as you before. Having heard your story and everything you had to endure, I will be rooting for you for the rest of my life.
And thanks to your support, everything was able to work out perfectly in my favor. Through the help of keeping my husband unaware, I was able to move in the shadows, planning everything I needed to happen out. And sure, I may have lost many things along the way to here, but at least now I have freedom, and that's something I'd never want to live the rest of my life without. Of course, all of this led to me meeting you, Cameron, and that is something else I'd find far more valuable than what I lost.
Hearing you say such a beautiful thing makes me so happy. If you have any time in the near future, would you like to go out to dinner with me? Since everything we had worked on ended up going perfectly for you, I would like to take you out as a celebration for all your hard work.
Thank you so much, Cameron. And of course, I'd love to treat you to dinner as well, as a celebration for everything you contributed.
Please, Leah, come back to me, please. Things have only gotten worse for us now.
Who is this?
We do not have to play that game anymore, all right? It's me, all right? You still remember me, don't you? I'm your ex-husband, Connor. If nothing changes for me right now, then my family is gonna be completely ruined.
I see. Well, I don't care about any of that, so good day to you. By the way, the fact that you're once again trying to trouble me with your problems now, I'm blocking you.
Listen to me, please! My wife is really cute and super young, but she doesn't know how to do any of the housework here. She's also asking me all the time for money to get her skin treated and her hair done, even though she won't bother working herself. And when it comes to our son, he wasn't doing all of his required assignments at work and just got fired from that company last week. Now all he's doing is sitting in his room again playing video games and won't come out for anything besides food. I asked my wife to iron my suit one time and she destroyed it. And when she cooks, she puts way too much spice into everything. I'm starting to have troubles myself at work now because of what's been going on with my family at home. And if things do not get better, I'll be screwed for the rest of my life, too.
Good. Now you can finally see how important I was to the both of you, being able to do everything perfectly, right?
I can see that now, and that's why I need you to come back to me. Please, 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 you are important to me.
Before anything else happens here, how about you apologize to me? Actually, forget about that, because no amount of apologizing will ever get me to go back to you. I found myself a new man now, who is far better than you. And my new happy life has finally started to take off with him. Just hearing about how you're finally falling into the pits of hell has me feeling all warm and joyful again. Oh, this really is the best feeling ever. Now please continue falling until you reach the bottom of those pits, and spend the rest of your life there regretting all you've done. Due to my ex-husband's life turning to complete hell, he was no longer able to attend to all the responsibilities he had in the office and was transferred to an entry-level position there, making barely any money at all. And let's just say that's not all that would start to happen to him after I blocked his number. I then made sure to have my lawyer contact Connor and get that settlement I'd been telling him about, which I then used to pay off a large portion of my new house, which has led to me really enjoying this new life I have now, along with my new man who, by the way, can actually cook and do some chores himself. Actually, Cameron is the man that I'm with now, and due to the fact that we've been doing so well together, I think I might just let him marry me. I'm sure he'll start bringing up talks about that really soon, but I can't let all of that get into my mind completely quite yet, as I only just got divorced. First, I need to make sure I have the life I want with him, and he's aware of my needs, before we get anywhere with something such as marriage. It is very interesting how for the past 20 years I'd been living through hell, while Connor got to enjoy having himself a slave at home who he could do whatever he wanted with. And now I'm the one that's living a wonderful life full of joy and freedom while Connor gets to have a taste of hell. It feels fantastic that I was able to take him down so easily. And I hope he likes the taste of hell, because there really won't be any crawling back out of those deep pits. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.